All right, diving right in today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of integrative health with, get this, Vivekananda Health Global.
Vivekananda Health Global.
Yeah,
Oh,
VHG, they've got clinics popping up everywhere, Seoul to New York, we're talking global here.
wow.
And what really caught my eye, this unique blend of Ayurveda,
Yeah.
naturopathy, and yoga, all geared towards, and I love this mind-body well-being approach.
Right.
Have you noticed more and more people exploring these kinds of things?
Absolutely. I think there's definitely this increase of people wanting an alternative, or at least something to work with conventional medicine.
Yeah.
And what I find really fascinating about VHG is this blend of traditional practices like Ayurveda and naturopathy, but they're doing it in a really modern, integrative approach.
Interesting.
Like they understand that people are looking for this holistic way to manage their health.
It's interesting you say that because they really seem to emphasize personalized solutions, which I kind of like. It's kind of what we're doing here. And this deep dive is just for you.
Right.
But before we unpack that, let's break down what these practices actually involve.
Okay.
I'll admit, I could use a refresher on Ayurveda and naturopathy myself.
Okay. So Ayurveda, it originated in India thousands of years ago.
Okay.
And it really focuses on the individual's constitution.
Okay.
So it's looking at their diet, their lifestyle, everything.
Everything.
And it's about restoring balance through things like herbal remedies, personalized diets, and even massage.
Okay, so it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
What about naturopathy?
Naturopathy.
Yeah, is it all about hugging trees or?
Well, I mean, it does really emphasize the healing power of nature,
Okay.
but it's more about supporting the body's own ability to heal itself.
Right.
So less about suppressing symptoms, more about like really trying to figure out what is the root cause.
I see.
So lifestyle modifications like nutrition, exercise, stress management, all really key.
Yeah.
They also use a lot of natural therapies, hydrotherapy, mud therapy.
Mud therapy. Now that's something I need to hear more about. How does that even work?
So mud therapy, it involves applying specific types of mud to the body, which can help draw impurities, reduce inflammation.
Really?
Different muds have different properties, and they're chosen based on the person's individual needs.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
Sounds a little messy, but intriguing.
it can be, yeah.
And of course, there's yoga, which most people think of like downward dogs and whatnot. But how does VHG incorporate that into their practice?
Yeah, you're right. Yoga often gets simplified,
Right.
but it's actually a very comprehensive system that really aims to unite mind, body, and spirit.
Right.
And it seems like VHG is drawing on all aspects of that. So the physical postures, breathing techniques, meditation, as part of this whole holistic approach.
So they're weaving these practices together in a way that addresses the whole person,
Yes,
not just individual symptoms.
exactly. And that seems to be a key part of their philosophy. They talk about how it's important to examine your health and mind-body harmony to find that ideal combination of treatments.
Which makes sense because you wouldn't approach like arthritis the same way you'd approach migraines, right? Speaking of which, VHG addresses a whole range of conditions: arthritis, migraine, obesity, back pain, hypertension, PCOS.
Wow.
Before we delve into what people are saying about their experiences, could you give us a quick rundown on a couple of these?
Absolutely. So arthritis, as you may know, it involves inflammation of the joints,
Right.
which leads to pain, stiffness.
Right.
VHG likely uses a combination of targeted yoga,
Okay.
dietary adjustments to reduce the inflammation, and potentially therapies like Abhyanga,
Okay.
which is a specialized massage that's mentioned in their materials.
Interesting.
Migraines, now those are intensely painful headaches,
Yeah.
often linked to lifestyle and stress.
Right.
So VHG probably incorporates stress reduction techniques,
Okay.
dietary recommendations, and maybe even therapies like acupuncture, which they also offer.
It's interesting how they seem to connect these like traditional practices to modern understandings of these conditions.
Yeah.
Now, let's get into the good stuff.
Okay.
What are people saying about VHG?
Yes.
We've got a stack of online reviews to sift through, and it
Yeah.
seems like people are really singing their praises.
I'm eager to hear what kind of impact they're having on people's lives.
Well, get this. One reviewer, Akshatha,
Yeah.
has been seeing Dr. Vasuda for years, even during her pregnancy.
Wow.
She raves about the cent% results
Okay.
and specifically thanks Dr. Anitha for prenatal yoga,
Wow.
And then there's Chandrasekhar, who was so impressed with the, I think I'm saying this right, the Abhyanga massage, that he gifted a session to his wife.
That's great. It's interesting that they both mentioned specific doctors.
Yeah.
It really speaks to this level of personal connection
Yeah.
and continuity of care, which is so crucial in a healthcare setting.
Yeah.
It's not just about the treatments themselves.
Right.
It's about feeling heard and understood by your practitioner.
I completely agree. That feeling of being truly cared for can make all the difference.
Absolutely.
And it's not just one-off treatments either.
Yeah.
Pruthu here underwent a combination of therapies, including nasha, massage, acupuncture, and physiotherapy.
Wow.
They said they felt much better after 15 days.
Wow.
That's dedication.
That's commitment.
Right.
Yeah, and it just shows VHG's integrative approach.
Yeah.
They're pulling from different modalities to create this really comprehensive and personalized treatment plan.
It's like they're saying, we've got a whole toolbox of techniques. Let's figure out which ones will work best for you.
Exactly. Exactly. It's about finding that right combination for each person's unique needs. And speaking of unique needs, Niranjan specifically called out Dr. Vasuda for this Abhyagam full-body massage and steam. He's claiming it was truly rejuvenating and provided remarkable pain management.
Yeah, that seems to be a recurring theme, the pain management aspect. Makes me wonder if VHG is attracting a lot of people dealing with chronic pain, seeking relief beyond those conventional methods. Would you say that tracks with the rise of integrative health in general?
Definitely chronic pain it's so complex.
Right.
And people often turn to these integrative approaches when conventional treatments they don't cut it.
Right.
And what I find interesting is that VHG doesn't just try to mask the pain. It seems like they're really trying to address those root causes using things like yoga therapy and dietary changes.
We see that reflected in Piyush's review here.
Okay.
He went to VHG for a variety of issues: gut health, anxiety, even managing his congenital spina bifida.
Wow.
It's incredible. He says he's already seen positive results.
That's a really powerful testament to their approach. It suggests they're really equipped to handle this wide range of needs, not just, isolated symptoms.
Yeah.
And speaking of, Piyush also mentioned how accommodating they are to his needs as a wheelchair user.
That's so important, ensuring everyone feels comfortable and supported.
Absolutely.
It all ties back to their emphasis on this holistic well-being. And it's not just a marketing ploy, right? It's reflected in how they actually treat their patients. This reviewer, Kalpana, specifically mentioned Dr. Vasuda and Dr. Anita for helping her lose weight.
Okay.
She even gave a shout out to Saritha, the masseuse.
Oh, wow.
She loved the whole experience, she said.
I'm noticing a real pattern here. So many reviewers are highlighting this personalized and supportive environment.
Yeah.
It seems like VHG's success isn't just about the treatments themselves, but creating that space where people feel truly cared for.
Yeah.
And that's so vital for healing and just overall well-being.
It's like they're creating a real sense of community around health and wellness,
Right.
which is so important for long-term change.
Exactly.
Speaking of recurring themes, Shomna saw improvements in her hormonal issues, her weight, and stress levels. She even listed out all the treatments: acupuncture, snikarma, yoga basti.
Wow.
Some of those I've never even heard of.
So let's break those down a little bit. Snikarma refers to oleation, which is a core principle in Ayurveda.
Okay.
It involves internally and externally lubricating the body with oils or ghee, and this is all tailored to a person's specific constitution.
Wow.
Yoga Basti is an Ayurvedic therapy, specifically for the colon,
Okay.
often used for digestive issues, and it involves a series of yoga postures combined with herbal enemas.
Okay, wow, thanks for clarifying that. For a lot of people, those terms might sound kind of intimidating or even strange.
For sure.
But it's this willingness to kind of look beyond conventional methods that draws people to integrative health in the first place, right?
Absolutely. It's about expanding our understanding of what's possible. And sometimes those unconventional approaches, they have these remarkable results.
Yeah.
Take Huluri, for example. He was dealing with disc herniation and lumbar spondylitis.
Wow.
Incredibly painful conditions.
Yeah.
And he credits Dr. Vasuda's treatments with helping him get off painkillers
Wow.
and even start practicing yoga regularly.
That's a really powerful story. It's not just about managing symptoms. It's about giving people the tools to really reclaim their health.
Exactly.
Okay, this next review from Prem Nidhi really stood out to me.
Okay.
She talks about being misdiagnosed by allopathic doctors with acid reflux and a hiatal hernia.
Oh, wow.
It was Dr. Vasudha at VHG who really got to the root of the problem.
That really resonates with what we were talking about earlier. Integrative medicines focus on what's the underlying cause of the illness rather than just treating those symptoms.
Yeah.
And Pramniti's experience also highlights something else that's really important about VHG's approach collaboration.
Okay.
She mentioned Dr. Shraddha for online yoga and Dr. Anitha for acupuncture.
It's like this whole team of practitioners all working together to provide really comprehensive care.
Exactly.
That's so crucial for addressing all the different facets of health.
It's not a one-person show.
Right.
They have specialists in all these different modalities all working together to create this really personalized experience.
And it sounds like that collaborative spirit even extends to the overall atmosphere at these clinics.
Yeah.
Yogita mentioned the relaxing ambience and the well-trained staff,
Nice.
while Vijaya called the Abhyanga massage, there it is again, rejuvenating.
That massage is racking up some positive reviews.
They're doing something right.
Yeah, it seems to be a favorite, and it makes sense, given Ayurveda's emphasis on touch and the benefits of those oils and massage techniques.
It sounds like they've hit on something special with that one.
They have.
Okay, last review before we move on. Aditya calls VHG an authentic Ayurvedic center
Okay,
and says it's a decent place to visit if you're looking for alternative medicine.
short and sweet.
Right.
I like it. Sometimes the most impactful reviews are those concise ones.
Yeah.
It suggests that VHG is really living up to their claims and providing that genuine Ayurvedic experience.
So we've gone through a ton of reviews here.
Yeah.
And it's clear that people are really positive about their experiences at VHG.
It seems like it.
They appreciate the personalized care, the effective treatments, the welcoming environment,
Yeah,
and the overall focus on this holistic well-being.
for sure.
But before we get too caught up in these individual experiences,
Okay.
let's shift gears for a bit
Okay.
and talk about this blog post you found on herbs for heart health.
Good point. It's easy to focus on the individual, but VHG also seems to be tackling these broader public health concerns.
Right, and they're not shying away from the serious stuff.
Right.
They come right out and say that cardiovascular diseases are now the #1 cause of worldwide mortality.
Wow.
They even mention that the World Health Organization, the WHO, estimates that these diseases account for 16% of all deaths globally.
That's huge.
It's a staggering statistic.
It is. It really puts into perspective this global health crisis that we're facing. And what I find encouraging is that VHG isn't just focused on treating heart disease, but they're actively trying to prevent it.
Yeah, and that's where this blog post comes in, right? They delve into this whole thing about the power of herbs for heart health,
Okay.
specifically highlighting Arjuna, ashwagandha, and turmeric. Have you ever heard of using herbs in this way?
Absolutely. These herbs have a long history of use, especially in Ayurveda.
Okay.
Arjuna, for example, is traditionally used to strengthen the heart muscle and improve circulation.
Okay.
Ashwagandha is known for its adaptogenic properties, so it helps the body deal with stress, which we know is a major contributor to heart problems.
Right.
And then turmeric, with its anti-inflammatory action, is thought to protect against heart disease.
It's so fascinating how these ancient remedies are being revisited through this modern lens.
Yeah.
It speaks to that blend of tradition and innovation that VHG seems to embody.
Definitely.
And it's not just about the herbs and the treatments, they're also emphasizing those lifestyle changes too, right?
Absolutely. A balanced diet, regular exercise, managing stress, those are all key for a healthy heart. And they even have this whole section about the benefits of yoga and meditation for cardiovascular health.
It all circles back to that holistic approach.
Yes.
It's not just about treating the body, it's about addressing the mental and emotional aspects of well-being too.
Exactly. And it's not just talk. They're putting things in place to actually help people integrate these practices into their lives.
Yeah.
We talk about those WhatsApp groups, the offline support groups, and the online yoga sessions. It's all geared toward building that sense of community.
It's really impressive how they're going beyond just offering treatments.
Yeah.
They're creating a whole ecosystem of support, empowering people to really take control of their own health.
It's a very proactive approach, and it seems to be resonating with people.
It is.
You see it in those reviews. People aren't just satisfied with their own individual results. They're excited to be a part of this community.
Yeah.
A community that cares about their well-being.
It's like they figured it out, this sustainable model for integrative health. They've got the expertise, the personalized approach, the community support, all of it working together.
All ties together.
to create a really holistic experience. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Vivekananda Health Global, it really makes you think, with all this talk of ancient remedies and personalized care and community support, does this spark your curiosity? Would you explore integrative health further?
Right.
Maybe even dip your toes into the world of Ayurveda or Naturopathy?
Whatever path you choose on your health journey, just remember to approach it with that open mind, do your research, make sure you're going to reputable sources, and most importantly, listen to your body.
Listen to your body.
It holds the wisdom to really guide you towards that optimal well-being.